15 months ago, Little Mei was married to the eastern suburb and has been living in the royal villa garden in the eastern suburb. Little Mei's wedding was extremely simple, but times more romantic and unique than usual weddings. The mister took Little Mei to Nanjing and spent most of the day visiting Taichung and Zhongshan Mausoleum together. Around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they returned to the Jinling Hotel. Like a trick, the mister suddenly gave Little Mei a rose. The mister said, "Marry me, okay?" Little Mei was stunned for a moment, never thought that her mister would use the word marry. Fortunately, Little Mei knew what marry was all about. She stood there and began to untie. All the clothes fell on the carpet. Little Mei's hair was put down and her arms were put down. As a woman, from hair to toes, she has no shortage. Little Mei said, "I brought them all. You can marry them." The mister did not pull Little Mei into bed, but pulled her into the bathroom. He opened the champagne. The bubbles of the champagne were like ejaculation, vigorous and unscrupulous. After drinking across the cups, the mister gave Little Mei another wedding gift, Chanel No. 5. Little Mei wears Chanel No. 5 and walks to the marriage bed with her mister. This wedding was so special, short and romantic. It was really surprisingly successful. However, in hindsight, Little Mei was actually married by a rose, a glass of champagne, and a bottle of perfume, which is still cheap. Little Mei smiled in her heart. A man must be romantic if he doesn't want to waste. But the mister is not a stingy person. Besides the wedding, the mister is generous. In a sentence, in terms of money, the mister has never treated Little Mei badly. The mister has a family in Zhejiang. He has a business in Zhejiang and just expanded his business to Nanjing at the end of last year. "When my business arrives in Nanjing, I must have a home in Nanjing." This is what the mister said, and he did the same. He married Little Mei with a rose, a glass of champagne, and a bottle of Chanel No. 5. Before going to bed, another thing happened. Little Mei suddenly cried. She was naked, and her mister was naked, and her mister held Little Mei in his arms. Little Mei said, "How do I address mister from now on?" Her mister kissed Little Mei on the cheek and blurted out, "Just call me mister." The word mister is good, and it's good to be ambiguous. It can be used as a husband, a man, or a whore maker, which is complicated. With her chin rested on her mister's shoulder, Little Mei decided to cry for a while, tears rolling down to the mister's collarbone. The mister held Little Mei's chin. His eyes were squinted, and his head was pulled far away, staring at Little Mei. Before her mister talked, Little Mei laughed. She rubbed her cheek on the mister's chin and said softly, "Mister, you pamper me for a while." Her mister is 20 years older than Little Mei, so it is what he should do and what Little Mei deserves. There was one thing that Little Mei kept from her mister. Before she met her mister, Little Mei did it outside. For only 5 or 6 months, Little Mei did not do it well. She did not have much business. She did not know the reason. It is a bit funny while saying it. Only repeat customers could be accepted by Little Mei. How could she do this business? The mommy is a girl who is 17 months younger than Little Mei, and she has had a good relationship with Little Mei. The mommy said, "You can't even earn the money for the monument." Little Mei could only smile bitterly. It is not impossible to give birth to a person. She can. She just feels that giving birth to a person is dirty and painful. After all, a girl like Little Mei is not suitable for holding such a golden bowl. Little Mei determined not to do it because she met her mister. Another secret has to be told. In the last month, she received a special young man. The reason for the specialty is that one is his age. He must be a college student, either a junior or a senior. The second is his appearance. The young man is really too clean, too gentle, and extremely shy. Little Mei could tell at a glance he was a rookie, either for the first time or for the second time. Little Mei felt that she had met this person, but she could not remember and had no time to think about it. That night was really moving. The young man put his arms around Little Mei, soft and humble. His face had been buried between Little Mei's breasts. He said repeatedly, "You promise me, you promise me." What is a promise or not? Little Mei must promise. But the young man didn't do anything. He just shed tears. Tears and snot stuck to Little Mei's breasts. He just repeated those two nonsenses. Little Mei knew this was an injured guy. What he wanted was not Little Mei's hardware, but Little Mei's system. Little Mei was strange. Her breasts have always been hygienic, and she has always been unable to contain any sticky things. But Little Mei just does not think his tears and snot are dirty. Little Mei put her arms around his head and coaxed him. She said mouth after mouth, over and over again, "I promise you." Little Mei said, "I promise." Except for tears, except for you promise me and I promise you, Little Mei's body hardly exerted any physical strength this evening, and they did nothing. This sale was a bargain. But judging from the latter situation, it does not seem to be a bargain. The young man asked for Little Mei's phone number before he left, and Little Mei gave it to him. He held up Little Mei's face, and the expression on his face was terribly serious, genuine, and sincere. The young man said, "Promise me. Wait for me. I will call you tomorrow." How could Little Mei wait for his call? Joke. However, the young man left behind one thing, and that was the young man's look, which was serious, solemn, genuine, sincere. This is scary. Little Mei didn't want to admit it herself. When she was free, she couldn't help but recall that face. What she missed were his seriousness and his dignity. This is funny. Little Mei actually waited for his call. Of course, she didn't get anything. Little Mei felt that she was accidentally pregnant. Not her belly, but her heart. What else could she do? She could only wait. Waiting is the most tormenting thing in the world, and Little Mei got it. Little Mei lit up a menthol cigarette, squinted her eyes, smiled along, with a bad smile. Very conscious, very licentious, very fearless, and daring to die. There is nothing that needs her to die after all. This is boring and uninteresting. Much like the menthol, Little Mei never told this story to any sisters, not even the mommy. Little Mei's heart was pregnant like so. She couldn't even find the abortion hospital.